Welcome to English with Miss Julia. This lesson is aimed at both beginner and intermediate learners. We read a story with the title Tigo the Brave Tiger. I encourage you to pause the video regularly, identify new vocabulary, and practice your pronunciation. That being said, let's get started. In the heart of the jungle, a young tiger named Tigo lived under the shade of the towering trees. He had bright orange fur with bold black stripes that made him look strong and fearless. But deep inside, Tigo was afraid of the unknown. Tigo loved to run through the jungle, feeling the wind rush past his fur. But whenever he heard a strange sound, he would hide behind the bushes. He wished he could be as brave as the other animals. One day, a wise old elephant named Boma noticed Tigo's worries. Being brave doesn't mean never feeling afraid, Boma said gently. It means facing your fears even when you're scared. Tigo thought about Boma's words as he watched the river flowing peacefully. The water looked deep and mysterious, and Tigo had never dared to swim in it. Maybe today I will try, he whispered to himself. He slowly stepped toward the riverbank, his paws sinking into the cool mud. He took a deep breath and placed one paw into the water. The ripples made him nervous, but he didn't back away. Just then he saw a tiny turtle struggling to climb onto a rock. I should help him, Tigo thought, forgetting his fear. He gently nudged the turtle with his nose, helping it onto the dry land. The turtle blinked up at Tigo and smiled. Thank you, Tigo. You are very brave, the little turtle said. Tigo felt a warm glow inside. The next morning, Tigo heard a loud rustling sound in the bushes. His heart pounded, but he took a deep breath. I will see what it is instead of hiding, he decided. He crept closer and saw a group of monkeys playing with bright red berries. They laughed and chattered as they tossed them to each other. Nothing scary at all, Tigo chuckled. Tigo realized that sometimes things weren't as scary as they seemed. He started exploring new parts of the jungle. Every step he took made him feel a little braver. One day he heard a frightened cry near the tall grass. It was a baby deer stuck between two logs. I must help him, Tigo thought, his heart beating fast. He gently pushed the logs apart with his strong paws. The little deer wobbled out and looked at him with big, grateful eyes. "You're my hero," the deer said softly. Tigo's heart swelled with pride. "Maybe I'm braver than I thought," he whispered. He began to believe in himself more and more. That evening, Boma the elephant smiled at Tigo. "You've grown so much, young one," he said proudly. "You're learning that courage is built step by step." Tigo looked at the darkening sky, feeling the cool night breeze. "I want to climb the great rock and see the whole jungle," he announced. It was the highest point in the forest, and he had always been too scared to try. The next morning, Tigo took his first step toward the great rock. He climbed over fallen logs and hopped across the tiny streams. His paws felt steady and strong. Halfway up, he slipped on a loose stone. He gasped and he tumbled slightly but quickly and regained his balance. "I won't give up," he said, determined. He continued climbing until he finally reached the top. The view was breathtaking. He could see the river, the trees, and all the animals below. "I did it!" Tigo roared happily. His voice echoed through the jungle. He felt proud and free. As he looked down, he saw a little rabbit struggling to climb up. "I will help you," Tigo called, reaching out his paw. The rabbit smiled gratefully as Tigo pulled him up. "You're the bravest tiger I know," the rabbit said. Tigo grinned, realizing that being brave also meant helping others. He was no longer the scared little cub he used to be. Tigo climbed down and ran to tell Boma about his adventure. The wise elephant chuckled. See, you had the courage inside you all along. Tigo decided he wanted to help other animals feel brave too. He taught the baby deer how to leap over logs. He encouraged the rabbit to climb higher. Everyone is afraid sometimes, Tigo told his friends. But we can all find courage if we take one small step at a time. His words filled the jungle with confidence. One day, a terrible storm hit the jungle. The wind howled and the rain poured heavily. Many animals huddled together in fear. Tigo stayed calm and helped lead the smaller animals to a safe cave. Follow me, he called. They trusted him completely. As the storm passed, the animals cheered. Tigo, you are our hero, they shouted. He smiled, knowing he had truly become the brave tiger he always wanted to be. From that day on, Tigo was known as the bravest tiger in the jungle. He explored new lands, helped his friends, and never let fear stop him. His heart was full of courage. One evening, as he watched the stars, Boma stood beside him. Do you still feel afraid sometimes? Boma asked. Tigo smiled. Yes, but now I know I can be brave too. Tigo closed his eyes, feeling the jungle around him. He had come so far, and his journey was only beginning. Tomorrow I'll find a new adventure, he whispered happily. Thank you for reading this story with us. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button and do consider subscribing to our channel. This way, we may assist people from all over the world with their English language. We look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.